welcome back to the apex of analytics. Today we're going to tackle, are you delivering on the promise of end-user self-service? Now this is a pretty common use case out in the market right now, but only a few are really well positioned to address self-service across the board. Now, 10, 15 years ago, you would say that there was an emergence of self-service tools. Lots of promises made that everyone will be able to self-serve on their own and have complete access to the data. 15 years later, it's still the most common use case organizations are still trying to tackle. So why is that? I think one of the biggest issues is that the end users, the non-technical consumers of data, still do not have the flexibility, they still do not have the access to data to make those decisions that they're doing on a daily basis. So how does Pyramid help in those situations? Right here we have an example of a pretty standard sales dashboard, nothing too fancy. Right, we have our standard brushing and things like that allow us to filter across the pages. Now how can we empower our end users to do more? Well, first I can start off by allowing people to help explain what's going on in the data. I can see where things are mostly allocated. I'm getting my natural language examples or my definitions and descriptions here. I can look at it by my 3 driving factors that are behind California, in this case, for our forecasted sales. Well, now that I have that, I'd like to come up and I'd like to do a number of things. Maybe one of those is come and build an alert. Right? If this number continues to go up, that's a bad thing. I want to make changes to that. I want to be alerted wherever that might happen. I want to be able to come in and use my 3 favorite buttons, Dice, Swap, and Add. Dice allows us to drill anywhere. If I want to look at my qualifications and I want to drill down into my different company sizes, I want that flexibility, right? The ability to swap out and to change and to manipulate these dashboards stops the need for someone to learn a tool to go in and make those changes, or to put a request into a queue that may or may not get to, for a month, a couple weeks, whatever that might be for your organization. We're all about empowering that end user. What about being able to explain what's going on within a particular chart? They can leverage smart insights to be able to see basic facts, Pareto, relationships, maybe some more advanced options, as well as categorical. If I look at how we're being ranked from a conference perspective, I'm not doing great in any one of these KPI categories. I would never have known that simply by looking at this chart. I can take this even a step further by going in and asking questions of the data. I don't really understand this graph. Can you swap out lead sources with my campaigns and also swap out industry with my different company sizes and show this in a matrix grid? So just like that, I was able to make changes on my own, completely change the query on the back end based on data I have available to me, and I'm now able to go in and do whatever I need to answer the questions I have without relying on a whole separate team to get those answers for me. That is how we're empowering, that is how we're driving true end user self-service. Reach out to Pyramid for more.